It's sad that we no longer have the chance to see the eccentric Pee-wee in the popular children's TV series Pee-wee's Playhouse. Do you know what happened? Paul Reubens, the man who made Pee-wee famous around the world, suddenly passed away from cancer. He plunged the world into gloom on July 30th and officially wiped out all traces of Pee-wee. Reportedly, even though he was diagnosed 6 years earlier, the passing of Paul Reubens still made fans unable to get over it. To learn more about Paul Reubens' passing, watch this video until the end. Paul Reubens, known professionally under this name, was actually born as Paul Reubenfeld in Peekskill, New York, on August 27, 1952. His early years were marked by a significant relocation from New York to Sarasota, Florida, where he was raised in a Jewish family. His parents, Judy, née Rosen, and Milton Reubenfeld, were engaged in the local business community, owning a lamp store in Sarasota. His mother, Judy, also contributed to the education sector as a teacher. Milton Reubenfeld, Reubens' father, had a particularly intriguing and diverse background. Before settling into his role as an automobile salesperson, he had a distinguished career in aviation. During World War II, he served as a pilot for Britain's Royal Air Force and later for the U.S. Army Air Forces. His aviation journey didn't end there. He played a pivotal role in the formation of the Israeli Air Force. During the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, Milton was one of the founding pilots, a significant contribution given that he was an Orthodox Jew and one of only 5 Jewish pilots to engage in combat against Arab forces in the war, flying smuggled fighter planes. Reubens grew up with 2 younger siblings. His brother Luke, born in 1958, took a different career path, becoming a dog trainer. His sister Abby, born in 1953, pursued a career in law and advocacy. She established herself as an attorney and is notably a board member of the American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee, highlighting her commitment to civil rights and legal advocacy. Paul Reubens, during his formative years, spent a significant amount of time in Oneonta, New York. However, a crucial part of his childhood was also spent in Sarasota, Florida, which played a pivotal role in shaping his future career in entertainment. Sarasota was known for being the winter headquarters of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, a place that Reubens frequented as a child. The vibrant and captivating environment of the circus deeply influenced him, igniting a passion for the world of entertainment and setting the foundation for his later works. Another major influence in Reubens' early life was the iconic television show I Love Lucy. His fondness for watching reruns of this classic comedy series fostered in him a desire to make people laugh, a goal that would later become central to his professional life. This inclination towards performance and entertainment was evident from a very young age. At just 5 years old, Reubens expressed his interest in the performing arts by asking his father to build him a stage. He, along with his siblings, would use this stage to act out plays, showcasing his early love for performance. Reubens' high school years were spent at Sarasota High School, where he continued to develop his theatrical talents. He was not just an active participant in the school's theater activities, but also earned the position of president of the National Thespian Society, highlighting his dedication and skill in the performing arts. His talent and passion for theater led him to be accepted into Northwestern University's prestigious summer program for gifted high school students. Additionally, he joined the local Asolo Theater and the Players of Sarasota Theater, gaining valuable experience by appearing in several plays. After graduating from high school, Reubens briefly attended Plymouth State University for a semester. His pursuit of an acting career then led him to Boston University. His journey to find the right acting school was not without challenges. He faced rejection from several esteemed institutions, including the Juilliard School and Carnegie Mellon University, where he was turned down twice. However, his persistence paid off when he was accepted into the California Institute of the Arts. Moving to California marked a new chapter in Reubens' life. While he pursued his artistic goals, he also worked in various capacities to support himself, including working in restaurant kitchens and as a salesman for Fuller Brush. These diverse experiences, along with his educational and theatrical background, laid a strong foundation for Reubens' eventual breakthrough into the entertainment industry. Paul Reubens' journey in the entertainment industry is marked by pivotal moments, one of which was his audition for the 1980-1981 season of Saturday Night Live, SNL, a premier platform that has launched many comedians to stardom. His audition happened on the same day as Gilbert Gottfried, another comedian who was vying for a spot on the show. This moment was crucial for Reubens, as it represented an opportunity to break into a highly coveted arena in the comedy world. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Reubens reflected on this experience, noting that he and Gottfried were perceived as the same type of performer by the show's decision-makers. This categorization led to the belief that hiring both would not be viable for the show. Reubens recalled realizing immediately that Gottfried would be the one chosen, a prediction that eventually came true. Adding to his disappointment, Reubens expressed to the San Francisco Chronicle his suspicion that the selection process might have been influenced by factors beyond pure talent. He believed that the fix was in, suspecting that Gottfried's personal connection with one of the SNL producers played a role in the decision. This perceived unfairness in the audition process left Reubens feeling both angry and bitter about the outcome. However, this setback did not deter Reubens. Instead, it became a catalyst for him to take a bold step in his career. Determined to create his own path in the entertainment industry, Reubens decided to invest in his own show. He planned to finance this venture by borrowing money, showing his commitment and belief in his own talents and creative ideas. The centerpiece of Reubens' planned show was a character he had been developing over the previous years, Pee Wee Herman. This character would eventually become iconic, but at this juncture it was a gamble and a testament to Reubens' resolve to succeed in the face of rejection. The creation and rise of the Pee Wee Herman character, crafted by Paul Reubens, is a story of innovation, collaboration, and eventual mainstream success. Reubens, leveraging his connections and creative synergy with fellow members of the Groundlings, an improvisational comedy troupe in Los Angeles, began to gather a unique following for his character. Key collaborators from the Groundlings included John Paragon, Phil Hartman, and Lynn Marie Stewart, each bringing their own talents to support and enhance the development of the Pee Wee Herman persona. With this collaborative support, Reubens took his show, The Pee Wee Herman Show, to the Roxy Theater. The show was an instant success, running for 5 months with sellout performances. Its unique appeal lies in its ability to cater to a diverse audience, offering midnight shows aimed at adults and weekly matinees specifically for children. This dual approach helped Pee Wee Herman gain traction among a wide range of viewers. The show's popularity led to a significant breakthrough when HBO aired The Pee Wee Herman Show in 1981. As part of their On Location series, this broadcast was a major step in bringing Pee Wee Herman into the mainstream, exposing the character to a national audience and solidifying Reubens' success. Parallel to the rise of the Pee Wee Herman stage show, Reubens also introduced the character in the film industry. He appeared as Pee Wee in the 1980 film Cheech and Chong's Next Movie. His performance was notable enough that he reprised a role in the 1981 sequel, Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams, where he was humorously credited as Hamburger Dude. The reception to Reubens' act was predominantly positive, quickly garnering a dedicated fan base. The character of Pee Wee Herman was often described as bizarre, and Reubens himself was labeled as the weirdest comedian around, yet it was precisely this uniqueness that set him apart. Pee Wee Herman was a blend of contradictions, both corny and hip, retrograde, and avant-garde. As the character Pee Wee Herman began to gain widespread fame, Paul Reubens adopted an unconventional strategy to maintain and enhance the mystique around his creation. He deliberately started distancing himself from the public eye, choosing instead to immerse himself fully in the Pee Wee Herman persona. This approach was so thorough that Reubens made all his public appearances and interviews exclusively in character, effectively blurring the lines between the actor and the role. Reubens' strategy was not just about preserving the character's appeal, it was a deliberate attempt to shape public perception. He wanted the audience to believe that Pee Wee Herman was not just a fictional character, but a real person. This level of commitment to a character was unusual and innovative, creating a unique dynamic in the relationship between Pee Wee and his audience. The immersion into the character extended to his personal life. Reubens even went as far as preferring his parents to be known in public as Honey Herman and Herman Herman, aligning with the Pee Wee Herman persona. This decision further solidified the narrative that Pee Wee was a real entity, separate from Paul Reubens, the actor. Reubens' appearances on mainstream television significantly boosted Pee Wee's popularity. His several guest appearances on Late Night with David Letterman in the early to mid-1980s played a key role in expanding Pee Wee's fan base. These appearances on a popular late-night show introduced Pee Wee Herman to a broader audience, contributing to the character's growing following. In the mid-1980s, capitalizing on this growing popularity, Reubens embarked on a tour with a new version of The Pee Wee Herman Show. This tour saw him performing across the United States, including notable venues such as the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, Caroline's in New York City, and, notably, a full house at Carnegie Hall in 1984. However, in July 1991, Paul Reubens faced a significant and controversial incident in his personal life, which had lasting repercussions on his career and public image. He was arrested in Sarasota, Florida, for indecent exposure while attending a film at an adult movie theater. This arrest occurred during a police inspection, where Reubens, along with 3 others, was detained as he was preparing to leave the theater. The moment of his detention was marked by Reubens revealing his identity as Pee Wee Herman to the detectives. In an attempt to resolve the situation, he reportedly offered to perform a children's benefit for the sheriff's office as a way to take care of this. This offer highlighted Reubens' immediate response to mitigate the impact of the arrest, potentially leveraging his celebrity status and public persona in the process. The day following his arrest, the situation escalated when a local reporter recognized Reubens' name. In response, Reubens' attorney extended a similar offer to the Sarasota Herald-Tribune, proposing a performance in exchange for withholding the story from publication. This move indicated an effort to manage the potential public relations fallout from the incident. Reubens' history with law enforcement in Sarasota County was not limited to this 1991 incident. He had previously faced legal troubles in the same area. In 1971, he was arrested for loitering and prowling near an adult theater, although the charges were eventually dropped. Then, in 1983, Reubens faced another arrest for possession of marijuana, resulting in 2 years of probation, although adjudication was withheld. Following the 1991 arrest, Reubens made swift moves to distance himself from the immediate fallout. He traveled to Nashville, where his sister and lawyer resided, and then proceeded to New Jersey. There he stayed for several months at the estate of his friend Doris Duke, a notable heiress and philanthropist. This retreat to a more private setting suggests that Reubens sought to escape the intense media scrutiny and public attention that followed his arrest. The 1991 arrest of Paul Reubens in Sarasota, Florida, had profound and far-reaching consequences, both personally for Reubens and for his beloved character, Pee Wee Herman. The incident received extensive media coverage and quickly became fodder for late-night talk show hosts, who ridiculed Reubens and his situation. The fallout from the arrest was swift and severe in the business world. Disney MGM Studios suspended a video from its studio tour featuring Pee Wee Herman, explaining voiceover production. Toys R Us, a major retailer, removed Pee Wee Herman toys from its stores, reflecting the immediate impact of the scandal on Reubens' business ventures and brand. In response to the charges, Reubens issued a statement vehemently denying them. However, on November 7, 1991, he entered a no-contest plea. This plea was strategic, as it helped avoid a charge on his record, but required him to complete 75 hours of community service. As part of this service, Reubens took an active role in creating, producing, and financing 2 anti-drug public service announcements. Despite the overwhelmingly negative publicity, Reubens received substantial support from his peers in the entertainment industry. Notable figures such as Cyndi Lauper, Annette Funicello, Zia Zia Gabor, and Valeria Golino publicly voiced their support for him. Additionally, individuals who had worked closely with Reubens, including Pee-wee's Playhouse production designer Gary Panter, actress S. Epatha Merkerson, and Big Top Pee-wee director Randall Kleiser, also spoke out in his defense. Reubens' fans played a crucial role in demonstrating support during this challenging time. Following CBS's cancellation of Pee-wee's Playhouse reruns, fans organized support rallies in major cities like Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco. Moreover, a telephone survey conducted by the television news magazine, A Current Affair, revealed overwhelming public support for Reubens, with callers backing him at a 9-to-1 ratio. Amidst this tumultuous period, Reubens maintained a low profile in the media, refraining from interviews and talk show appearances. However, he did make a notable appearance as Pee-wee Herman at the 1991 MTV Video Music Awards on September 5th, where he humorously addressed the audience with the line, "Heard any good jokes lately?" This appearance was met with a standing ovation, indicating continued public affection for the character. In 1992, Reubens appeared as Pee-wee once more in a tribute to Minnie Pearl at the Grand Ole Opry, further showcasing the enduring appeal of his character despite the controversy. In November 2002, Paul Reubens faced a significant legal challenge that impacted his career and public image. While he was involved in filming David LaChapelle's music video for Elton John's song, "This Train Don't Stop There Anymore," Reubens received news that the police were at his home with a search warrant. This police action was part of an investigation that stemmed from a separate pornography case against actor Jeffrey Jones. During the search of Reubens' home, the police discovered a massive collection of over 70,000 items which Reubens had accumulated as part of his interest in kitsch memorabilia. Among these items, the authorities found 2 grainy videotapes and dozens of photographs. The city attorney's office labeled these specific items as child pornography, a characterization that would lead to serious legal implications for Reubens. Kelly Bush, who was Reubens' personal representative at the time, contested the nature of the items found. She claimed that the description given by the authorities was inaccurate. According to Bush, the contentious items included Rob Lowe's sex videotape and several kitsch collectible images, some dating back 30 to 100 years, implying that they were not child pornography, but rather part of Reubens' extensive collection of vintage and eclectic memorabilia. Following the discovery, Reubens voluntarily surrendered himself to the Hollywood Division of the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD. He was subsequently charged with misdemeanor possession of obscene material. The specific charge was for having material that improperly depicted a child under the age of 18 engaged in sexual conduct. The district attorney's office conducted a thorough examination of Reubens' collection and his computer. After their investigation, they did not find sufficient grounds to bring any felony charges against him. However, on the last day allowed by the statute, the city attorney, Rocky Delgadillo, formally charged Reubens. Throughout this legal ordeal, Reubens was represented by Blair Burke, a well-known Hollywood criminal defense lawyer. The incident and subsequent legal proceedings significantly affected Reubens' career and public perception, casting a shadow over his previous achievements in the entertainment industry. In December, following the charges brought against him, Paul Reubens, through his attorney Blair Burke, entered a plea of not guilty. The legal proceedings that ensued were complex and drawn out, eventually culminating in a significant development in March 2004. At this point, the child pornography charges against Reubens were dropped. In exchange, Reubens agreed to plead guilty to a lesser misdemeanor obscenity charge. This resolution was a critical moment in the case, as it removed the more severe allegations against him. However, the guilty plea to the lesser charge came with specific legal obligations for Reubens. For the following 3 years, he was required to register his address with the sheriff's office. Additionally, he was restricted from being in the company of minors unless he had explicit permission from their parent or legal guardian. These conditions underscored the seriousness of the charges and their impact on Reubens's personal and professional life. In defending himself and clarifying his position, Reubens later explained his perspective on the items in question. He stated that he was a collector of erotica, which included various forms of material such as films, muscle magazines, and a significant collection of vintage erotica, most of which were of a homosexual nature. Among these were photographic studies of teen nudes. Reubens emphasized that his view of these items was fundamentally different from that of the city attorney's office. He considered these items to be innocent art, suggesting that whether these memorabilia were pornographic depended on the interpretation of the viewer. His interest in collecting was also highlighted by the way he acquired these items. Being an avid collector, Reubens often bought items in bulk. One of his vintage magazine dealers commented on the situation, stating that it would have been impossible for Reubens to know the content of each page in the publications he purchased. The dealer recalled Reubens's specific interest in physique magazines and vintage materials from the 1960s, but not in items featuring children. Amidst these legal troubles, Reubens faced a personal challenge. He spent 2 years in Sarasota, Florida, taking care of his terminally ill father. His father passed away in February 2004 due to cancer. This period was undoubtedly challenging for Reubens as he navigated the complexities of his legal issues while also dealing with the emotional and personal impact of his father's illness and passing. Paul Reubens passed away on July 30, 2023 at the age of 70. His death was attributed to acute hypoxic respiratory failure, a condition where the body is deprived of adequate oxygen supply at the tissue level. Reubens died at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, a well-known medical facility. At the time of his passing, Reubens was battling 2 serious medical conditions. He had been diagnosed with myelogenous leukemia, a type of cancer that affects the blood and bone marrow. Additionally, he was suffering from metastatic lung cancer, wherein the cancer cells had spread from the lungs to other parts of the body. These diagnoses were a significant part of Reubens's life for 6 years prior to his death, but he chose to keep this information private and did not disclose his health struggles to the public. Despite his fame and public persona, Reubens's decision to keep his illness confidential reflects a desire for privacy in his personal life. This choice underscores the often complex relationship between public figures and their personal battles, where the line between public knowledge and private life is delicately balanced. Following his death, a statement written by Reubens was released. In this statement, he expressed his regret for not sharing his health challenges with the public. He acknowledged the immense love and respect he had always felt from his friends, fans, and supporters. Reubens's message conveyed his deep appreciation for the affection and support he received throughout his career. He also emphasized his joy in creating art for his audience, highlighting his lifelong dedication to his craft and his fans. Reubens's remains were cremated, and it was planned for his ashes to be interred at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. This cemetery is a renowned resting place for many of Hollywood's greatest talents and is symbolic of Reubens's lasting impact on the entertainment industry. His passing marked the end of an era for fans of Pee Wee Herman and those who appreciated his unique contribution to the world of comedy and entertainment. What do you think about the death of Paul Reubens and his difficult life? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.